Welcome to the Gothamcast. No funny pun this time. I am Admiral Joker. Joining us this week is my lovely wife Carla, Chris Cardi Kovacs,
Yo.
and Mario Cryonova Benegas.
Hey.
Cryonova.
All right, so let's go ahead and get things started. So this week's Gotham, which was entitled "The Spirit of the Goat," was a pretty interesting episode. It started off with a murder that took place 10 years ago, and we see a young Harvey Bullock, very reminiscent of James Gordon of modern day, running into the building with his partner telling him, "Don't be a hero," to catch a killer.
Well.
And I really liked it, and that pretty much set up the whole episode. I'm not really going to go into too many spoilers, considering everything that's happened. Well, we're going to get into spoilers. What am I talking about? So the investigation pertains to this case that Harvey investigated 10 years ago, and apparently there's a copycat killer copying this same MO where they're kidnapping rich kids, the firstborn rich kids, and killing them. Somebody watched Batman Returns.
And
meanwhile, the MCIU is closing in on Gordon for fingering him for the alleged murder of Oswald Cobblepot, with a great reveal at the end, in my mind. So, what did you guys think of the overall episode?
Oh, it was awesome. You can go first, Mario.
I'll be kind of honest. This was not one of my favorite episodes, and for a few things. I'll at least talk about the pros here. At least to see Harvey, bit of the past year, 10 years back. Obviously, this case had definitely haunted him for quite some time. That part was good. But I sort of felt as if everything in the middle, cracking the case down, I almost felt as if they were trying to also shove your attention to Gordon and what was going on with him also on top of which. But I felt as if there was just, I don't know, I guess it was the way how everything played out, how everything was unraveling for me. I almost just kind of just caught myself looking away and just looking at something else until stuff picked up to about the very end. And that's where I went, that's... there we go. Something good came out of it. Again, like I say, I don't know. It for me, it wasn't one of my favorites, and again, that's just the way I saw it.
Yeah, and I'll take from there on my side of it.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't the best so far, but now keep in mind, since I'll be the designated speaker of all things comic related to transition into to series here. This is another, just like Balloon Man, this is another original villain created just for the series. I think I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to, not just say, okay, guess what? Here's Riddler, here's Penguin, they're trying not to make it, too much about what we already know. They're trying to add in new stuff. They're trying to, give us the idea that Gotham before Batman was there was just as fucked up. In other words, it didn't take Batman putting on a mask, becoming this bat figure to get crazies like this to come out. That it was already happening to begin with. My feeling on that is I don't necessarily like that approach. And the reason why I don't like it, I like the dynamic which was kind of touched on in the movies, the Nolan movies, which was, there was villains, there's bad guys, normal bad guys that we know in real life. But when Batman decided he took it a step further, with the presentation and how he did things, that's when things started escalating, as a result, like cause and effect. What they're trying to do now is they're trying to say that, well, this kind of shit was already happening to begin with. And that's the only thing I kind of don't like about it. But other than that, man, it was an okay. It just wasn't the best, but it was an okay episode. I like the character, the old man. What's his name? The actor?
Oh, well, that's Dan Hyeda's the actor.
Yeah. He's funny as hell because he was like in Addams Family. He was in a bunch of other shit.
Of movies.
Funny as hell. I like that actor. So, yeah. But, yeah, it was an alright episode. What do you think, Matt, Carla?
I liked the episode. I liked how it built on Bullock. I liked his past. I liked that it referred to him as he used to be Gordon.
Like Gordon. Yeah, I
He
forgot
wanted
to
to
touch
be a
on that.
hero.
But yeah, I agree with that. That's pretty funny that
And that's
he was
why
like that.
That's where he got the phrase "Don't be a hero" was from his partner.
Yep.
That's the number one rule: don't be a hero. As far as the Enigma thing, was he trying to hook up with the girl? I don't know what that was about.
He has
I
a
mean,
crush on
it was a little bit like,
That was a little awkward.
you know,
And really, Kristen Kringle.
Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, look, I know people in the Batman universe have funny names, but no.
Yeah.
No. But I like the fact that it focused on Harvey for a change.
yeah.
And it actually get to see him before, and you get to see why Harvey is the way he is and why he's so jaded. He used to be like Gordon at one point, and now he's kind of why he pushes against Gordon so much is because he sees so much of Gordon inside of himself, or himself inside of Gordon from what he used to be.
Kind of like a father-son relationship in a way.
Yeah.
You know how father wants to be like son, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I mean Bullock turned into his mentor eventually. Bullock is somewhat mentoring Gordon, but we pretty much know Gordon's not going to go in that direction. Well, more or less, if they follow the comics, Bullock will come to Gordon's way of seeing.
Yeah, kind of brings them back to center where, before Bullock was just kind of going off the edge, and now he's bringing them back to the good guy side.
And once again, Bullock gets a crap beat out of him.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
Hey, but he did shoot the lady in the leg. I love that.
She started to run
God.
and she shot him in the leg.
That was
And
my
notice
favorite part.
the captain said nothing about it. She's just like, she shot her in the leg? Well, she's getting away. Okay.
I thought that was funny as hell when he shot her. I was like, oh my God. He
I
would
like it. What's
love
Harvey
it.
going to do to stop her? Like, he's going to shoot her in the leg.
Come on. You gotta
I
love
saw
that.
it coming, but it was awesome.
You gotta
I
love
was
that.
I was waiting for him to drag her off to like a shady hotel, strip down and start doing some Son of Anarchy type shit. Like he did with his character. No, but that would
Quiet, shh. Shoot her with a
But,
pillow.
yeah, really.
my next big thing about the episode was Barbara and the whole Montoya thing when Gordon was getting arrested. That just needs to get over and done with.
they-
Either
Yeah,
the-
it does.
Thank you.
I
like-
hated that
God.
part of the episode.
Can somebody please accidentally shoot that bitch in the face?
Barbara,
Kind
I
of-
know,
I'm
right?
kind of up to here.
She
Kind of
may
up
get
to
shot
here
in the
with that.
spine and
She,
crippled.
her
but-
character, I see, is just absolutely useless. Oh, is he
Useless,
good?
right? More of an annoyance, right? It's,
mean-
that's what her character is.
I
It's
would have
like,
fully accepted if he
Yeah.
would have met her in Gotham and they were just dating him.
No,
Yeah.
they better have something planned for her, because to
Yeah.
have her kind of be the focal point with her relationship with Montoya, and then it's like, Montoya has a hard on for her to the point
yeah.
she's trying to show that her
Yeah.
her fiance
yeah.
is not who he says he is. And then when Barbara finally starts somewhat coming around, she's like, back away, you don't want to be a part of this. Bitch, you're the one who dragged her into this to begin
Yeah.
with.
Yep.
Well, you fucking hypocrite.
you know what, guys? I don't know if
You
caught
bipolar
this.
bitch.
It was really quick, but go back and watch the end of the episode, right? And you'll catch the look on her face when Bigwood shows
Oh, I
up.
saw it. She had a
my
look
God,
of, oh,
I can't wait till the
fuck.
next episode to
I
see
know.
Oh, yeah.
what that bitch has to say now. And what? Gordon's still a good guy.
And Bullock, and they go into that
Bullock
Bullock's
just-
ready to
yeah.
punch the shit out of him.
I know, they need to do a
Was
poster of that.
absolutely caught off guard.
Man, I'm so tired of this this dyke bitch. Like, just she's so pissed off about. She obviously wants Barbara still. That's very obvious, and she's jealous. It's all there. I mean, that's why I think what's going to happen in the coming episodes, it's going to get worse before it gets better. She's going to get more. All this did right now, this just slapped her in the face. And whenever somebody is almost stalkerish or getting to that point where it's going to be,
You know what
where
it's
they're
like.
like, yeah, you would know what. Anyway, let's not go there.
Hey, I won.
Oh,
Well, Matt and Carla is the only
Help
case
me.
of where the stalker actually wins. But anyway,
I'm being held prisoner.
yeah, she starts like showing a sign under the blanket, "Help me," written in blood.
Well, I did unchain you from the radiator, and I live in Florida. I had to get that radiator installed to chain her to it.
But anyways,
But yeah, I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. All this did was just basically slap her in the face, and now it's going to have even more of a negative impact because now she's going to be digging for more shit to try to prove her point, to sway it back because she thought, oh man, we got this bitch now, and guess what? I was right and you were wrong. Now it turns out she's wrong. Yeah. And now it's like she ain't gonna like that. I could tell by her character's dynamic. She's not gonna handle this very well at all.
But I think the more she digs in, the more Barbara's gonna dig in, and that's when Barbara's gonna end up getting killed.
Oh yeah, and that's why I think I don't like what's to come because this chick. But I guarantee you, one way or another, she will be killed in the first season. I have a strong.
Barbara's the only character that they've introduced that they could potentially kill.
No, I don't mean Barbara Gordon. I'm talking about the jealous,
Montoya.
Montoya, yeah.
I don't know. Your camera dropped out, by the way, dude.
Yeah, it did. That's weird.
I don't think because Barbara's the only one that isn't a part of the regular Batman mythos because Barbara isn't around later on. Montoya is.
Yeah, but you don't know. But
seasons. They could change that. That's possible.
But they still have to have kids, though. They still have to have Barbara Gordon.
Barbara Gordon was adopted.
Oh, she was adopted. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, so they could play off their dynamic.
Barbara was his sister's kid. Oh, I mean, her brother, his niece. Barbara is his niece. He adopted.
So they could play off the. Okay, you're right. I forgot about that part. Okay.
Okay.
So they could,
something's up with your camera, man.
And the other thing is what did the little cat, I'm going to call her Kitten Cat because she's not really a Catwoman yet, go into Bruce's manor for?
To steal something.
Yeah, but what does she steal?
Well, like some sort of jewelry box or something it looked like. Okay, I think Barbara is the one that really could die. She is the variable in the whole series because she's not around later, like I said before. So she could die.
But we don't know how many years they were together before she did die.
That's true. I mean, they were. I think they had a son before she died, or before she divorced him, because he hooked up with Sarah Essen, who is his captain in this continuity. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they're going to follow that route. I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not either.
That's a Frank Miller thing. Don't
a
follow
Frank Miller thing. Yeah,
right.
They don't seem to be following Frank Miller too much. So I'm kind of happy with that.
Thank God.
It seems to be more traditional. Yeah.
I did notice that the spirit of the goat did like to wear a Batman garbage bag cowl.
Yeah.
Garbage bag cowl. Yeah.
That was not the Batman. That was the spirit of the goat.
I'm the goddamn goat man.
Goat man, all right.
Well, but see, what I'm interested in, okay, as you saw in the episode, it was the woman. It turned out it was the lady who, controlled them all with mind control.
I wouldn't be
wondering.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I know you're probably going to say this somewhere around the same thing I'm thinking, but I'm wondering if she's going to be a part of either partners with or affiliated with some other main. Someone that we know of in the Batman genre, like as far as
Mad Hatter
villain, maybe possibly the Mad Hatter. He's been known to do mind control. Let's see, really,
she's
just
Harley
the Mad Hatter.
Quinn.
No, she's not.
No, she's not Harley Quinn, but
well, I think. Go ahead.
I was going to say, go ahead.
Okay, I think the rich people are going to turn out to be a part of the Court of Owls. I think they're eventually going to lead into that. They've hinted that, for those who know, the Court of Owls is kind of the elite that secretly behind the scenes run Gotham.
Yep.
They are the rich elite that run Gotham, the Illuminati of Gotham, as they call them. But they are some dark, vicious sons of bitches. And a really good comic story arc that was recent, actually. One of the better, I think it was the New 52. It was actually one of the only good New 52s. Yep. So, yeah, and they already said that the Court of Owls may make an appearance. So I think this may be laying that framework.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting if you look over, and it is, yes, a New 52 thing, and this definitely is pointing in that direction. When you look at the summary and on DC's website, this is definitely
And I know Carla didn't like the episode because Fish Mooney wasn't in it.
Of course.
No, I still liked it because Harvey was in it. But
Yes, yes.
But what I'm wondering about the Court of Owls, are they going to don the signature mask that kind of mimic the Anonymous, with wearing the
Guy Fawkes mask?
Guy Fawkes. Yeah, the mask they wear kind of like it, sort of. They kind of give you that feel. I wonder if if we're gonna see like a secret council, but this could just be the beginning of it. Maybe it'll happen later on down the road, like that sort of thing.
Yeah, probably a season or two.
Maybe.
Yeah, because you don't want to. Yeah. Now, my question is, things are moving pretty quickly. In my opinion,
they are. Yeah.
Do you think this is because they weren't? This is a change before they knew they got renewed, or they got an extended episode count?
No.
Yeah, Mario, go ahead.
I think it's a possibility. I mean, if they knew it, I mean, if they just got word of this I wouldn't know how recent they got the word, but if they already had all this stuff in post-production and pretty much are saying, well, we got up to about here, with season 1, but now we're given another, several episodes more we can do. Who knows? I mean, it's a slight possibility.
Yeah, I get that.
I agree. I think the pacing that they're choosing to go with it's kind of weird because it doesn't feel like this could be a 20-plus episode, season, but it's going to be, which leads me to believe that they have at the pacing they're going, either one of two things are going to happen. Either they're going to cram a whole lot of shit into this first season to kind of set off multiple, kind of like a spider web of multiple different stories that'll span over the next few seasons. Or, and this is what I'm hoping, they did this because basically towards a latter part of the end of the season, there's going to be like multiple episodes to cover one huge issue. Like a big problem, like something big. Like, for example, the Arkham Asylum. That's what I think it's leading up to. That's the likely scenario that the reason why it's paced like it is this is going to get like, okay, this happened great, this happened great, this happened great, Arkham Asylum time. And that, I think, is going to span, I would guess, either from 5 to possibly 8 episodes. Just strictly about Arkham Asylum.
I think
could be the last, you know what I mean, towards the end anyway.
Yeah. I think they'll start next season off with the Arkham Asylum. I think everything will build up to that. I think the gang wars, the mob wars between the two mobs and who's going to take control. Penguin's going to get established by the end of the season. I think he'll get his Coke bottle eye by then. I think, I think all leading to the end, Barbara will end up dying at the end of this season. And then Arkham Asylum will start.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that? Do we all agree that Penguin is going to have the Penguin gang will become official either by the end or towards the beginning of the next season?
He's not. I don't think he's going to take over Falcone's organization or
I think he's going to start his own thing.
Which he did. I mean,
which he did.
In the comics, they got to introduce. They may introduce, and I wouldn't be surprised if you. They'll probably somehow throw in Sionis. He'll probably get introduced eventually.
Yeah, Black Mask. That would
be
maybe Warren White, the Great White Chart.
Great White. Yep.
Yeah, he may be introduced.
Do you think Deathstroke would be in this one, or?
I think he'll be a later character.
Yeah, no, I don't. Sure. Yeah, he is older, so it's possible.
And they just used them freshly straight from the Arrow. So I think they're going to want to space that out because you're talking literally. We just saw him like
a guy who did it rather well, by the way.
Yeah,
and he did it really good. Yeah, he did a good job.
I did like him. He's my boyfriend.
Yes. I actually saw him live at Metrocon.
Yeah,
oh, you lucky dog.
It was nice. It was cool to see him. He's a very quiet guy. He's a very just kind of personable. He didn't have such a big crowd like everybody, but you could definitely tell the guy does appreciate the role he takes, though, in that show.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're probably going to start seeing the building of the freak gallery, per se, the freaks. Earlier on. I mean, I don't know if Nigma's going to snap now or later.
It'll be later.
I would almost want to say Nigma's going to be like one of the last ones that will probably snap.
let it be because of a woman. That's
Probably
more
not.
something that happened to
I
the
hope
Mad
that's
Hatter.
not what this is leading up
No.
to. I hope
I call
that's
them.
not.
I call it Enigma moments. It's almost like you can't go almost one episode without one little bit of Enigma sprinkled in there.
You know what I think will happen? Honestly, I think at some point he will get fired or publicly almost humiliated, like, we don't need you. Because if you ever notice his attitude, his swagger, he has swagger because he knows, like, okay,
He's the
I'm
smartest guy in
needed
the
here.
room.
I'm the smartest guy in the room. Everyone needs me. I know it. You know, he has that superiority complex already, and that's what he's known for in the comics.
One of him and
So
Bones in a room together.
Oh.
And that would be like,
You know, and
Celebrity
I'm telling you,
deathmatch.
yeah.
That's what's going to happen. He's going to come. There's going to be an episode where it'll be everything will crash on him, and that's when boom.
In all honesty, that's what he reminds me of. He reminds me of Bones. That's who he Temperance Brennan. That's who he reminds me of mostly. A male version of that, just amped up and with the riddles added in. I'm like, do you guys watch Bones? And like, we could do this with Enigma.
Hey, speaking of different characters, now I don't know if you guys have read this anywhere, but there was talk of introducing, and I want to make sure I get this right. So give me I should have just fucking.
Well, I know they got Harvey Dent coming in later in the season.
Harvey Dent was the first one, and the other one was.
This is hopefully Harvey Dent still. Lost.
They're gonna do a shot. They said they're gonna make a reference to what's his name? Hush.
That's who I was about to say, but Thomas Elliott.
Thomas Elliott, yeah.
Thomas Elliott, because he's a kid, he's the same age as Bruce Wayne. They knew each other as a kid. So I'm wondering, they were saying that possibly in the next few episodes, he might be introduced to Thomas Elliott in some shape or form. And that would be awesome as hell, because then that means in the future we may see the Hush make an appearance.
He becomes like a surgeon, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
he becomes doctor.
Doctor and all that.
Yeah, but he hates Bruce Wayne because his dad saved his mom from dying from cancer, which costed him his inheritance earlier in life.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe Bruce Wayne's going to finally start going to school in the show, and that's where he meets
Yeah,
Matt.
where does he get? Does he go
Exactly.
to schools? Alfred homeschooled him.
Yeah, why is it somebody calling
Mr. Wayne, you need to learn your
DCF,
biography.
man, right?
Your geography.
Yeah.
Why is it somebody
Get off the
calling-
roof and study your science, Mr. Wayne.
You know, cops knock on the door. Why is that boy not in school?
Jim's gonna be
he's
like,
teaching me.
"Why is that boy not in school?" Because he
Yeah,
has that
Alfred
accent.
pulls him to the
That boy
side.
should be getting his education.
Ma'am, he's going to become Batman one day.
This
back
boy's
the
gonna
fuck
become
off.
Batman. He's a ghost damn Batman. Now he's an Australian Alfred. Two right?
Wait.
Oh
Never.
my god, did Alfred turn into Mad Max?
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I start with English, I always end up in Australian.
You don't know where you're
why.
at, do
I don't know.
you? Okay.
Oh, look at that. That's a Falcone thug. I'm gonna poke him with a stick.
I was kind of surprised we really didn't get too much with Penguin this episode, except for we saw some interaction with his mother.
I thought that was interesting.
Who I love Carol Kane, so she
She's funny
was
as
a good
hell, though.
choice.
Yeah.
You know, you get to see him play up the mama's boy thing a little more, which is a big part of his character.
I think his mom will have more to do with it later. I think.
Yeah. Well, he is a mama's boy. He very much was. That's why he carries around the
Yeah, he
umbrella.
was. Yep.
So, and that may come into play with the next episode, which I think is entitled "The Penguin's Umbrella."
Penguin's umbrella,
Interesting.
yeah.
So
That's the one I'm looking forward to. The next episode
Yeah. Same here.
should be good.
yeah.
So
But so overall, what did you guys think of this episode? You guys have anything else to say about it?
I would say let's just not to say pick up pace. Let's just focus just a little more at this point.
that's right, damn it. And we're talking to you, production studio people making the show.
Just a little bit. That's all.
I thought it had a little bit good character building into it.
It did. It's just
Yeah.
I think it was execution. I think it was just how
Yeah.
how about 20 to 25 minutes of the episode itself felt as if you could have it was either you didn't need it.
Right.
Yeah, you didn't need the Barbara stuff, and you didn't need the Enigma stuff. And if you took that out and put a little bit more of like investigation time into the goat dude, and maybe a little bit, give the lady a little bit more
But
background.
by the way, due
Just
process for police, cops are not allowed to investigate other cops. That's the job of IAD, not
IAD,
any other department. What the hell?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Like, that's like one of the biggest pet peeves about this whole story.
The police union would have a field day with that.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
be
they
a
would.
hero.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It pisses me off in shows like that when they just, you know, it is somewhat common knowledge in how police procedure works. You spend 5 minutes watching an episode of Law and Order.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Now you work for the CSI. Oh, really? Oh,
You
Lord.
definitely get to see how far that red tape goes.
Yeah, but yeah, Montoya needs to. Yeah, I don't know.
Fall off the bridge.
She needs to fall off a bridge.
She needs to get
and
laid.
die already. Yeah, she needs to. They need to introduce, like, I don't know, fucking
Maggie Sawyer, they can hook up.
No. I think the Penguin should take her out.
Oh my god, no, she's not in this.
I think
Well,
She likes the-
Harvey
I
Dent.
wouldn't- I
Harvey
don't
Dent
mind that.
does go after her later. So
Well, if you think about it, it would be a perfect setup because she's trying to arrest Gordon, and the Penguin sees Gordon as his BFF. So
Yeah, well-
you're trying to screw with his friend. He might just kill a bitch. I'm just saying.
So, what do you guys think's going to happen now that it's out that Penguin's alive?
I ponder right now is what is he gonna do? Is like Carla just said, it's like they're BFS right now, but there's
Gotta watch out for fish.
but it's like someone just got caught with their pants down and the underwear down. It's all out there. It's all hanging out. So
Yeah,
I'm just down to oh gosh, now what?
Falcone going to kill him and put a hit out on him and Bullock?
Who knows?
Are they going to get greenlit now?
I don't think Falcone will because Falcone knows that it's not going to affect him as much as it's going to affect Fish. Fish is going to be the one that's going to be pissed.
Well, Falcone's
Yeah.
the one that ordered them to rub him out. So
Yeah, but he knew his
Exactly.
dad, so I think he'll be a little bit more lenient with him.
that's true.
I think he'll give him a walk on this one. But
Yeah, but Gordon is really the center focus. Like, how are they going to handle Gordon from their perspective? Because they said, "You kill this guy, or we're going to kill you." And basically, he went. And you saw how Bullock reacted. I mean, what's going to happen from the mob side of it when they find out that he lied and shit like that? They're going to take it personally. But here's what I think here's the flip.
Nothing personal, just business.
Remember how Gordon, they kind of set it up to where Gordon owes a favor to Maroney, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Maroney's going to turn around and take this opportunity to kind of be like, hey, put his, not literally, but maybe literally, put his arm around Gordon's shoulder and say, don't mess with my boy. This is my boy. Fuck off.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Maroney just
So-
lost his leverage.
yeah,
So
Maroney
I mean,
had leverage.
he
doesn't
did
have
have leverage, but at the same time, it could still become a situation where Gordon is going to have to definitely almost publicly choose sides, because if he doesn't, then Maroney's going to take it personally, and he's going to be pissed anyway because he just lost his leverage, and then Falcone is obviously going to be pissed off. So yeah, it's Gordon. It's going to be really fishy for Gordon in the next few episodes. I'll tell you
Fishy.
that.
I'm just worried that they might
Fishy.
have Bullock. They might have Bullock try to kill Gordon. Because now Bullock also has to watch his ass. I mean, who's
Yeah,
to
that's
say
true.
they're not going to kill him? He vouched
That's
for his
true.
boy.
Yep.
So he
Yep,
just
exactly.
basically betrayed them. They may say, you have to kill him.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Yeah, things are going to get real fishy.
Maybe
Pardon
they'll
the,
just kill
penguin
Barbara and do a
Or
fair
fish
trade.
Yeah,
Or
well,
Fishman.
yeah. I don't think we're going to see a mob war this season. I hope it's a slow burn to the mob war,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and hopefully, I pray
Yeah.
they actually have this show planned out.
I hope they
Don't
do too,
wing it like
because,
Smallville.
Yeah.
That
No,
just
Please.
that was-
plan it from beginning to end, fill in the blanks here and there, and plan the entire series out and play it out that way.
The key focal points that they need to stay focused on is the Mob Wars and the end result from the Mob Wars, because as some of us who know the comic side of it, it has to come to a focal point. It comes to an end eventually, and then there's someone that takes over everything, right? Besides that focal point, there's the establishing of Penguin's gang, establishing of other villains, and then, of course, all that leads eventually into Batman becoming Batman. So that's why, and then Gordon becoming Gordon, in his, rough demeanor that we all know him with the beard or the goatee and
mustache.
The mustache, excuse me.
He's got to have his bitchin' stash.
Yeah.
All right, Carla, got anything else?
No, I'm good.
Alrighty, so that wraps up this episode of the Gothamcast. I think there is an episode this week, right? I think there is an episode coming up.
Yeah, there is.
So we'll be doing
another. They're on a break.
Yep. So we'll do another episode probably Thursday or Friday. Hopefully around 7:00 if everything goes well. Cardi, where can they find you?
You guys can find me from 4twnetwork.com, and I'm actually getting a shorter URL because my other address to my personal site was kind of long, so I'll probably mention that in the next episode. So,
Cryonova, where can they find you?
On Facebook mostly as Mario Benegas on Facebook. Don't have anything else as of yet. Working
in
on
a freezer. You can find him in a freezer.
Find me in the freezer, just cryogenically sleeping.
He's in the freezer. He's in the freezer section under Mario. Carla, where can they find you?
Nowhere.
Exactly. And you can find me. And you can find me over at AdmiralJoker.com and of course at 4TWNetwork.com. Be sure to visit our forums at 4TWNetwork.com/forums and join in on the discussion there. We'd really like to get things going there. So for Cardi, Cryonova, Carla, I am Admiral Joker saying you guys have a good night and stay tuned for 4TW Live in about 15 to 20 minutes.
All right.
Okay.